How's it hanging, everyone? Welcome to the Hangout Hut. I'm your host, MattGame, and surely June is an action-packed month, especially because E3 has finally came around for the year of 2016, and we have gotten to know some new things that have been announced that will be coming out in the near future. And in this video, I wanted to discuss with you guys just that, and specifically my top 3 favorite moments of E3. And bear with me for this light here. I'm actually improvising right now. You'll see that I am using a book light. It gets like hot at an unexpected rate, so I try to be cautious when using it, but in the future I definitely want to get some sort of light source. But anyways, let's get into our discussion about what my favorite moments of E3 were, what I'm most excited for coming out of E3, getting all the news. So let's get into this. So definitely the first, one of the things that really caught my eye was the new Legend of Zelda game, Breath of the Wild it's called. On Tuesday, we had finally got what the name of the new Legend of Zelda game is called. Nintendo had announced that the Legend of Zelda would be the main focus of E3 2016, and we surely got some great content from those of the Nintendo Treehouse. They were able to show us gameplay footage, things you can do in the game, also inventory, stuff like that. Some specifics that I definitely want to take note of. First, the lines were insane. Like in social media videos, there's like there's been like a few posts of like people like rushing to get to play Legend of Zelda. It's not an experience that everyone can enjoy yet, and it has been reported that the line has taken up 8 hours, something crazy. And that's not just the start of the Legend of Zelda fans. There are millions of others out there that are Legend of Zelda fans. It's surely amazing to see how popular the game has become and how Nintendo is finally giving people the chance to play the game. It's surely great, and hope to those who were able to play the game, hope you guys found some awesome things out of it. I definitely want to play it sometime. Let's get into the actual game itself. Game looks amazing, and I would definitely have to say that the art style looks amazing as well. I like, you could sort of get a little resemblance of the Skyward Sword sort of feel a little bit. It's a nice bright tone. Some really clever things too that Nintendo did for the new Legend of Zelda game as well. One of them is how Link reacts to certain weather conditions. Like for example, when they were going over the inventory section of their gameplay, you could see Link was shivering as he was reacting to the cold weather. Because in the wild, you can experience different types of weather, and they happen to include cold weather, and Link reacted to it. Also, the render distance looks really good. Like for example, when Link is pushing down a boulder, he's pushing a boulder to make it roll down and hit the enemies that are below him. Like they're just like so unaware. And like to mention, the game is vast, so surely a fun place to explore, it looks like. Oh yeah, the Wolf Link amiibo also was a great implementation there that Nintendo has done as well. I just find that really neat. Like having, I mean, it's not a dog. I mean, a dog is man's best friend, but in The Legend of Zelda, it would be like sort of in a sense that Wolf Link is Link's best friend, sort of. Even though Wolf Link is Link in wolf form, they're still gonna portray it as two different characters, and I think it's a really neat addition that has been made. So this was only an E3 demo, but there's surely much to see more as time goes on before the March 2017 release date. Let's get into our next game. Another really exciting thing that I'm really excited for. Another thing that I'm really excited for definitely was Gran Turismo Sport. I have been a Gran Turismo fan ever since the first game ever came out. I had a PlayStation, Sony PlayStation, back in the late 90s. I was only like 2 or 3 years old when Gran Turismo, the original Gran Turismo for PlayStation, came out. Like, seeing it develop over the years, you're seeing graphically things change. Also, new cars being added, new options, a photo mode starting in Gran Turismo 4. I like the rally mode is really awesome starting in Gran Turismo 2. So yeah, a lot has been added, and now finally, I've been waiting so long for this. You can finally design your car. Surely a feature I've been waiting for. I could do it in Need for Speed. I can do it in Forza. People would judge me for pronouncing Forza wrong. And now that finally you can design in Gran Turismo Sport. And also, speaking of the name as well, like, I'm surprised they didn't call it Gran Turismo 7 like they had done in the mainstream series all throughout. And now they're calling it Gran Turismo Sport. Like, I find that pretty interesting. Is there really going to be a Gran Turismo 7 in the future? But anyways, I really like that new feature. And also a feature that I'm excited for even more, I had not expected, was this announcer guy that was being presented in the second trailer for E3. Like, I had not thought of having an announcer on there, but it gets me even more excited. I'm sure, like, racing fans everywhere would love to have an announcer, like, you know, at a sports event or on live TV, how they have car races on there. Like, that's surely an exciting thing. I mean, those new features were so well thought of. I really think that those were great ideas that needed to be implemented into the game. So I'm really excited for that as well. And definitely more than anything else at E3, I really am looking forward to this, and looking forward to this the most, because this has been my childhood all the way through, even more than anything else. Well, besides Super Mario. Super Mario Brothers was my first ever game that I've ever played, but next to Super Mario, this really got me excited. Crash Bandicoot. So somebody from Sony comes out and you hear Crash Bandicoot music everywhere. I can't remember his exact words, but listen to this excerpt right here.
I'm proud to announce that we work with our partners at Activision. We're going to bring back the original Crash, Crash 2, and Crash Warped, fully remastered from the ground up for PlayStation 4.
So he's surely saying that there is going to be a remaster of all three Crash games for PlayStation. Oh man, I was just so mind blown. Yeah, Crash has been my childhood. It was the first game for PlayStation that I've ever played. Second video game I've ever played in my lifetime, and it is a challenging game too. Like, I was only like 2 or 3, so my parents had to like help me along as they go through the levels, and they only, like, no offense to them, but they were only able to get through like level 6 or 7. Like, they got through the first boss and then that was it for them. But I thank them for bringing me into the gaming world. So definitely my biggest influence that got me into gaming was the fact that you have this beautiful world where you would have these fun sound effects that got you into physically moving in a video game, and that's what Crash Bandicoot did. Well, sure, Super Mario was my first ever game, and it was a retro classic. But Crash Bandicoot, though, oh man, that game has memories. Like, that was my first ever 3D platformer that I've ever played, and probably one of the first that have ever been released in the world. Like, it's surely an amazing game. If you haven't played it before, Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, please play those. Even now in the 2K10 generation, like, even games back then we're still like getting back to. So yeah, definitely check those out if you really like throwbacks. But what was I gonna say next? Okay, so back to what I was saying about the presentation. Crash Bandicoot is going to be getting a remaster in the first 3 games, and it's going to be on PlayStation 4. I'm not sure if it's going to be on PlayStation 3. I highly doubt it. I'm going to say that it's going to be on PlayStation 4 and whatever PlayStation 4 shop that they have on there. I don't have a PlayStation 4 yet, so I really am hoping to get one in the near future. No rush, but yeah, when the Crash Bandicoot remake has been released, and when Gran Turismo Sport has been released, that'll be when I especially want to get a PlayStation 4. They had only mentioned that they are going to make a remake. They had not shown any gameplay footage of that. So I really need to see it to believe it. And I think what was really clever was their partnership with Skylanders. Now, when I first heard there was rumors saying that Crash was going to be in Skylanders, I was like, oh no, Crash is going to be crashed. But I mean, after seeing the trailer for Skylanders, what was it called? Skylanders Imagineers or something? Imagineers, whatever. Seeing the design of Crash in that game actually looked really decent. I'd say they did a great job putting Crash in HD and even catching his goofy expression as he always does. Even sticking to the original design in a way. So I really I'll look even further into Skylanders. I've never been a Skylanders fan, really, but I mean, the way that Crash has been implemented in the Skylanders, yeah, it actually looks pretty good. I'll actually look further into that, we'll see where that leads for him. And I feel like that's a good way to get people ready to play the remasters when they finally come out. They had not released a date for that, but I'm really excited for that. Alright, so anyways, that's my discussion for today. I am planning on making at least 2 more E3 videos on my channel. My next one I'm thinking about making is more of a what I didn't see, or something I might have disliked, something I might have not expected it to be, and I'll get into that in a future video. But anyways, thank you all for visiting the Hangout Hut today. Hope you guys enjoyed my little 2 cents of what I thought about this year's E3. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like. If you guys have any feedback, comments, anything like that, or if you would like to add to the discussion about E3, tell me your thoughts. Yeah, be sure to let me know down in the comments section below. And to keep up to date with my videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel, as well as follow my Instagram account at hangout_hut to get in on some sneak peeks and other cool posts. I look forward to seeing you guys again at the hut real soon. This is MattGame's signing off.